What is man's highest bliss? To live in heaven. How do I reach this fantastic goal?
As we had just said, the new man creates his own world of marvelous beauty. You live independently of external circumstances in the sphere of the soul.
Your life in the higher world must become a living reality. How can I create such a reality?
This varies from person to person. One listens to good music, the other goes to the forest. But the safest way is meditation. Living in the higher world means staying on a plane with a higher vibration.
How do I put myself into such an elevated vibration? You form an idea of the supermundane world. You visualize yourself in a sublime place among sublime beings. Imagine the place, your personal paradise, where you take refuge and visit it again and again in spirit.
In this way, you put yourself and your surroundings into a corresponding vibration. Then, on the spiritual plane, in the fourth dimension around you, exactly this higher world comes into existence. Einstein teaches,
everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy, this is physics.
Agni Yoga puts it this way.
The invisible sphere which surrounds humanity is being woven out of the strivings of the human spirit. If you, your higher self, are a king of the spirit, the world you are living in will be a castle. If you are a spiritual disciple, you are dwelling in the ashram of your teacher.
Just dwelling in the solemn atmosphere of such a temple fills you with the greatest felicity, even if this is only a virtual, spiritual process.
Eternal joy reigns in the ashram of the teacher. Joy is easily attained if at each moment you feel devotion to us.
Participating in the life of his ashram in a sanctuary elevates you high above the lowlands of everyday earthly life. visit up there lies your true delight, which on earth is hardly ever to be found.
A time of happiness, thus we call that step in the development of consciousness, when, without turning away from life, our co-workers are given the opportunity to join us in our abode. Give freedom to the spirit. Do not bind it with human limitations. It will soar by itself and return triumphant. Thus man attaches himself to the supermundane world.
You take this magnificent world with you wherever you go, making every room you enter a heaven, an outpost of the kingdom of God.
Practice meditation, and you will find that you are carrying within your heart a portable paradise. But I am not yet a saint at all.
Well, it is enough to be dwelling in a sanctuary among saints. You do your training there. You fulfill as best as you can the tasks assigned to you, however small they may seem. Then you become an apprentice, a co-worker, and finally a member of the community of saints.
I am sorry, but that is still too high-flying for me. Well, then imagine yourself living among ordinary people in the village that lies at the foot of the ashram. There, too, the blessed guidance of the masters has created a paradise. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then I would fly away and be at rest.
This is how the psalmist sighs. He dreams of escaping the omnipresent misery and of finding somewhere the promised land flowing with milk and honey, where he will be free of all worries.
Everyone is drawn to faraway places, some to the mountains and others to the South Seas, but as far away from everyday life as possible.
Although they know very well that in the long run they will not be any happier there than at home.
Meinen Sie, Zürich zum Beispiel sei eine tiefere Stadt, wo man Wunder und Weihen immer als Inhalt hat? Meinen Sie, aus Havanna, weiß und hibiskusrot, bräche ein ewiges Manna für Ihre Wüstennot? Bahnhofsstraßen und Rühen, Boulevards, Lidos, Lahn, selbst auf den Fifth Avenue fällt sie die Leere an. Ach, vergeblich das Fahren, spät erst erfahren sie sich, bleiben und Stille bewahren, das sich umgrenzende Ich. Your longing for paradise is a genuine and precious feeling.
You have stayed there often and for a long time, longer than on earth. This memory continues to live within you, even if not yet fully consciously. However, stop looking for heaven on earth, because here it does not exist. Such a search only distracts you from the right place. Direct your efforts not to the material, but to the subtle world, to your eternal home, from which you came and to which you wish to return.
Heaven is within you.
If only you succeed in arranging your inner spiritual world beautifully.
Heaven is not a place, but a state of consciousness.
Once your being is steadily filled with solemn joy, you are living in the highest world. What a bliss that you may be dwelling surrounded by your beloved soulmates, your true spiritual father, your eternal brothers and sisters, your disciples, fellow disciples, friends and co-workers. There you are at home, safe and secure.
Your personal nirvana is where your loved ones are.
The mere closeness of your teacher and your supratemporal family fills you with delight, even if this is only a virtual, spiritual fact.
In the presence of the teacher, there can be nothing but joy. Dwelling with your spiritual family must become a living reality. What do you mean by that?
Improve your perception, expand your consciousness, refine your centers, chakras, your inner senses. Then, one day, you will sense their presence.
I still find that quite difficult. They are in heaven, aren't they? And I am on earth.
Well, overcome the division of the worlds. Imagine that your soulmates are living and working nearby in the next room, and that you are separated from them only by a very light wall, or better, by a permeable curtain or a barely perceptible veil.
For practical purposes, it does not matter in the least whether your teacher is present physically next door or spiritually in the fourth dimension around you. The king who rules you is also far away, and yet you love and obey him.
Your real existence in the spiritual world goes beyond living together with your supratemporal family. You may be in contact with great spirits like Pythagoras, Plato, Francis of Assisi, Hildegard of Bingen, Catherine of Siena, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and even Jesus. What a delight to be a member of the invisible community of those who are fighting for a better world, for the realization of truth, justice, beauty, and love on earth.
What an honor to belong to those whom the Mahatmas call the community of Maitreya, or my people. Although I am a typical loner in my daily life, my awareness of belonging to the invisible community of those who strive for truth, beauty, and justice has prevented me from feelings of isolation. There is nothing greater than being accepted as a disciple by a wise teacher. The pledged disciples of the Great White Lodge are those who have demanded opportunity to try for the greatest prize human life can offer.
You walk the path to that goal in quiet serenity, beginning as a disciple on probation.
A disciple looks up at his teacher with a blissful, enthusiastic smile.
You find your life's happiness in receiving the initiation to Agni Yoga from your teacher, just as the Ethiopian eunuch found his through baptism. Of him, the Bible tells so wonderfully.
And he went on his way rejoicing.
It is love that unites you with your teacher, your disciples, fellow disciples, friends, and co-workers.
The relationship with your soulmates is that true love which you usually look for in vain on earth.
Is there any greater happiness? You love and are being loved.
Und doch, welch Glück, geliebt zu werden. Und lieben, Götter, welch ein Glück.
You simply want to be near them, that's all. Then you are perfectly happy and desire nothing more. Your greatest pleasure is the intimate dialogue with your teacher in meditation.
The sacred moment when comfort, strength, joy, light, love, knowledge, and guidance flow to you through the silvery thread of the connection. Verily, the path of the heart is light when the current of courage and joy passes incessantly through the silvery thread.
Joy of being is a spiritual pleasure.
We are not talking about the everyday joy of a fulfilled birthday or Christmas wish.
Through such a wish, you make yourself dependent on external circumstances which you cannot control. True spiritual joy, however, is independent of material conditions. It requires purity, freedom from desire and wants.
You have attained the highest state of your being, called nirvana in the East, when you are happy without any wishes left.